Hi you guys, Amelia here. So a few friends asked me to show them how my technique is on the watercoloring in and on the coloring in. So the pencils that I'm using is, as you can see, these aquarelle coloring in pencils, and they're from, these I bought at the CNA, but you can bought it at PNA as well. It's you get the Norris Club Stedler ones as well, and then you get the CNA ones as well. All of them is actually aquarelle, and one would think these are cheap and not the expensive ones. Sometimes the cheaper ones actually works nicer, and there's nothing wrong with it. So this point, it doesn't matter if it's not that sharp. It even colors in very nicely. So sorry about that. What you do is, these have very soft points, and you can keep, oh, what I wanted to tell you guys is, always underneath your coloring in, keep like an old cereal box paper underneath, so that when you do color in, it's nicer and it doesn't press through on your next picture. So this is just a coloring in technique that I'm going to show you. How you do this is, you start going very dark, and you go over and over and over, and you don't have to press that hard with these pencils at all, and then you just go and you know what, guys, go over the lines. Why not be wild? And then when it's like really stump and you need it a little bit sharper, just make it sharper. The white is there to so that your pencils doesn't break that easily. And then you just go and you sort of like crisscross. It looks like you coloring in like stripes, okay, or lines. But then what you do is, you go and you crisscross, and you color in from this side to that side, so it's like a line like that. Okay, and then it's like that, so you can actually make it quite pretty. So how you do the watercoloring in with these pencils is, you go, so for instance you want to do that now, yeah, say for instance you want to do the earrings, you go just around like that. So for instance you just go double, and you go around to whichever ones you want. You just like do that. Then you take a little bit water on a very thin brush. You'll see there's water on there, but then you take like a little piece of paper and just do this on the paper, and then you go to your, where you've done your, with your aquarelle pencils, you just go like that. And when it's too wet, you take your little piece of rolled up paper and you just dab it on there, and then you take the wetness of that and you actually do the other ones, the other earrings as well. So it's really not a too bad technique to use. It's just go wild, don't be scared, just color in. And like I said, if you go around the edges and stuff, just like just do it. I mean, it's pretty. And Tanya has drawn these so stunning. I mean, just do your own thing. And so, for instance, you don't like this whole colouring approach, then what you do is make your brush wet, okay, and paint it. Because it's aquarelle, paint it. And then you can actually make it wet, like lots of wet. But here, the technique is you have to work fast. But be bold, be brave, be just wild. Don't, you know what? There's no mistakes and no ugliness. Everybody's got their own technique. Go over the lines if you want. If you want, just do your own thing. And because her breast is there, you can just leave it a little bit darker. But yeah, do it like that. Now on the other side, it's gonna be a bow and part of her dress. And then I'll shift my iPad so it can take the video from there. So for instance, you went over the line like there. You can just take water and rub it out. Keep your paper together or very close by. You go over it with your brush and you rub it out. And you actually won't even see that others later on, because you're going to put some flesh color there to color in her arm, so you won't even see the pink later on that side. So now onto the bow. What you do with the bow is I want to read as well, so you do it very roughly like that, but you do it quite rough, and you do it like that. Okay, but you keep your paper close by. Then you put a lot of water and you just go over it and you dab it on your piece of paper. It's really so much fun. And now I'm going to show you a technique. So for instance, you want the middle part of the bow lighter. Then you dab your brush on your paper and you go over it and you make it lighter. And you dab it on your little piece of paper there and you make it lighter. And then you can use it on the rest of the dress as well. And then you just add more water to do the water painting technique. It's actually so easy. So for instance, you want it darker, a little bit darker, the bow. Then you take your pencil, you put it aside, you go like that on your pencil, and you go. So for instance, you want the little pleats in this bow. You want it a little bit darker like that. You can do that as well, like that. I just want to show you quickly. That's what it looks like. Okay. I hope this helped you guys. Thanks for watching.